not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
Boy, howdy shit. I think I got it going. I even have the chat going tonight. Boy, howdy shit. Still no Facebook. Still no Facebook, baby. Sorry about that. Anyway, it is Thursday. Boy, what a Thursday it's been. A little bit of news going on today. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. Brian Stallmore and Wildflower were the first ones to jump in, followed by Keith Patterson. Jeanette Miller's here. Trudy Backer. Wildflower's here twice, I'm sorry. Jeanette Miller. And Jacob, thank you very much. Hi, baby, from Minnesota. Let me see. Larry Hill's here. Keith Patterson. Danny, Mr. Toolby. I'm sorry. Mr. Toolby. Pomeroy. Two thumbs. All right, baby. Miss Chick, thank you always for being here. Bunny Griffin. Let me see here. John S.B. Maggie Pierre. Kelly, 1313. David Ritchie. Bruce Preston. Daniel Hackelman. KY's here. John D. Mark is here, thank goodness. Anyway, let me get on down here. I think I got everything working except Facebook. And I'm still having problems there. Anyway, it is Thursday. There's a lot going on in the news that we can all get worried about. We can get mad about. Make jokes about. Shit, this is getting damn well comical. If it wasn't so devastating. Seen today where he's come out with his pick for Health Secretary, Health and Human Services. Really? That guy? Are you shitting me? As a matter of fact, I want to point out, I can't remember his name. It's a Republican senator. They asked him about that. They asked him about what do you think about Gates, Attorney General? And his response on CNN reported there was, are you shitting me? That was his response. We're getting around, baby. That question is getting around. And we're going to hear it a whole lot more. You know, I spoke today about something that's even more important. No, it's not just it's the death of a Republican Party that has just given up, capitulated to this shit. And I don't see there's a couple of them, Mitt Romney maybe, a couple of them that might try to stand up. I don't have a lot of hope for a lot of them. I think they're just going to roll over. And if John Thune puts that Senate in recess when they take over, that's going to be the handwriting on the wall, that they're just going to let him have free reign with this shit. We all know none of these people that he is picking would pass a Senate confirmation hearing. Hell, they're about to release a report on Matt Gaetz about his little sexual prowess. Hell, they got people on the Republican side over there saying, oh yeah, Matt Gaetz out there in the audience out there just showing you his phone with all the little nudie pictures all over it. What the hell? No morality, no integrity, no religion. Throw that in because they've all tossed that shit out the window too. Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about my country. I'm concerned about our fellow citizens. Us. Because, yeah, it's going to be a revenge tour. And we don't know what that looks like yet. But it makes me worry. And we should all be worried. But, you know, on my Facebook page, I have a quote that's been up there for years, ever since this man came on the scene, from Louis Lapham. And it says, resistance is what saves a democracy from a slow death behind closed doors. Baby, the doors are fixing to close. And we're going to have to be the ones to demand what, resuscitation, CPR, I don't know. Whatever it takes, whatever form that is, whatever metaphor you want to use for that. That's what we have to do. This is going to be rough. It hurt. We all hurting right now. We're all disgusted. I did see a little thing on the news there that says Donnie won, but he didn't win by bigger margins than Obama or Biden. So there's still a lot of us, and we still have to hold our ground. Hi, Miss Chick.
Hi, John.
How are you doing, darling?
My body hurts today.
Your body.
Yeah.
I
just realized everything hurts right now.
I'm telling you.
It's kind of normal, but yeah.
Well, that's what I always say. Point to a part, it hurts. Every bit of it. Shit,
yeah,
knees,
and
arms,
I don't
toes,
like to take things for it. I don't know, but I popped on Facebook earlier this morning, and a friend out in California had something on there, and he's a jokester, so I thought it was a joke. It said The Onion bought InfoWars. It's true.
It's true. I love it.
And I love
they
that.
take him for every dime he ever had and ever will have.
Right. And, well, the thing is that it was owned by the families of the children at Sandy Hook.
Yep.
They had been given InfoWars. I mean, it was theirs. It was in their possession. And they put it under bid. So it was a closed bid thing. So I think Alex Jones is pissed off because they could have sold it for $1 to the Onion. He doesn't know.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Because they just wanted to shut his InfoWars down. They got what they wanted.
That man will never get what's due him. That man will never have to suffer the way he has made people in this country. And he is one of the leading cheerleaders of this bullshit that took over this country.
Yep.
This hatred.
He can't get enough karma, let me tell you.
No. There's not enough out there to dump on his ass. You know, I spoke today, and I really do, looking back at history and seeing how Adolf Hitler, that guy, took over Germany, how he rose in power by spreading the hate to his fellow countrymen. You know, it's the same path that Donnie's taken. You know, it's yeah. And
as far as, you know, anybody standing up in the GOP or whatever they want to call themselves now, it's not going to happen, John. They had 8 years.
I don't see it.
The ones that stood up. They're done.
Yeah.
The ones that are still there aren't standing up. They're not gonna.
They're scared. Now, isn't it sad that the leaders that our legislation, and you could point fingers on sometimes on both sides of this shit, they are more interested in their job, saving their seat, than they are for progressing the causes of America, of the citizens of this country. They're more terrified of losing their job. So if they're threatened, oh, hell yeah, get on board. It doesn't matter if Trump is the worst dictator this country has ever seen. If it means their job, they're going to get on board. Isn't that a sad statement?
Yeah.
You know, where is that patriotism? That's what I mean today. I don't want to see a single, and I got him down the street waving his flag. Oh, look at me. I'm a proud Republican. Yeah, no, you're not. You voted for that asshole. You voted for this shit that he's doing right now and his plans for this country to dismantle it. And when they do, you think Elon Musk wants to cut 75% of the federal workforce? How many people that's going to put out? And that's a ripple effect, baby. You get people, it's going to affect industry. It's going to go down. And where did all these people go get a job?
And not to mention, I mean, the tariffs are going to do enough damage. And then he wants to start shipping people out. We got to make all those brown people go away.
Yep. Got it. Day one, mass deportation.
He
We're going to get them all.
He wants to send the DACA people too, the dreamers they call them, or
So much for that. Give us
wants
your
all of them to go back. He doesn't care whether they go back as a family or not. They're all going back.
Yeah. Doesn't matter if you're born here. Go with your mama. Get out of here.
And that's going to shut down the other half of our economy.
Right? Like I said, who's going to be out there picking shit?
Right.
Yeah.
Vegetables are going to be rotten.
Our system is not perfect, but it's been progressing. And his ideas here are going to rip this country apart. in ways that we haven't even imagined yet. And it's going to ripple around the world. It's not just going to be the United States. It's going to be around the world.
He doesn't care if he wraps us up with a bow and just hands us off to whoever. He doesn't care as long as he's got his pocket full when he leaves. He don't care.
We've already said he's going to hand Ukraine over to Russia in a basket, in a bow tie.
Yep.
And I guess, I don't know, make a couple more trips over to see Kim Jong-un, get some likey going over there.
Yeah.
I don't know. All his little dictator buddies. That's
All
who he's
of
going
his
to suck
buddies.
up to. And then go around
Hey, Dave.
kicking everybody.
Hello, family.
Dave.
Hello,
Your
what was
your
once
taste in
a
humor,
great country?
Your taste in
Yeah.
humor frightens me.
Oh, look, mate,
My
I
first
told you
thought was, what the fuck?
My Australian humour is very dry, all right?
Yeah.
And that was one hell of a sarcastic, funny message I sent you. I thought you'd read it closer and say, "Oh, this guy's fucking pulling my leg." And no, you
I
didn't.
thought, what the fuck? What happened? Oh shit! That's what I
you
thought.
know, I've known you for 7.5 years.
Yes.
And
yes.
we are still not friends on Discord. Is that amazing?
We're not.
We're not. No, we're not friends on Discord. I thought, hang on.
I didn't even know
I
that
had
was
a
a
friend-
thing. I didn't
Well, John only
No.
has like 1,200 unanswered messages on Discord.
Do I? Do
Yeah,
I?
Probably.
He
I don't know.
noticed mine. He noticed mine. He's seen that fucking thing.
Yep.
Hey, I wanna broach something here before we get way off on the tangent.
Start broaching.
Listen, guys. I posted a thing on the chat from Scotland. Scotland is spitting a dummy over Trump. England is spitting a dummy over Trump. This is all in Parliament. They're saying, "What a nutcase! What's happened to America? How could this happen? We
It's a
must
good question.
distance ourselves." This is from Paris. We can get on without America if we have to. Now the world is preparing for Trump to take America on a different path. And that's scary for the world to think that America is sort of taking a right turn and become what we promised would never happen again. Didn't we say back in 1945 or 46 when the United Nations was set up, or actually that was in the 50s, but we would never let what happened in Germany happen again? Well, this is not Germany. This is not. This is Hitler, though.
He's following the same path that Hitler took. He started by trying to raise hate in this country. That's what Hitler did. There's people out here that hate all sorts of other people. All you got to do is tap into their hate and feed it and bring it up to a boil. And that spreads.
If you replace the Jews with immigrants, that's got that covered, right?
It's the same thing. Yeah.
It is the same thing. I mean, we're not saying Donnie's going off. I mean, he wants to kill people at the border. He wants to shoot the bastards. But the thing is, he's not going to kill people on American soil or anywhere else, anything like that. He's going to give kill powers, or you can shoot at the border. He's going to get those border guards to shoot over the border. I guarantee it. It's going to escalate. But the thing is, bottom line here, what I'm trying to get to is fascism works in the way of it crashes the economy of the country first. So it'll crash your economy, and then they rebuild the economy in their name, in their way. They take over the armed forces, replacing your generals is a signpost. Is a signpost for saying I'm going to use the army against the Constitution. I'm going to use the army that the Constitution doesn't let me use it for.
Constitution. We can come up with better something, huh? That's what Donnie said. We can come up with a better idea.
How are you going to feel giving Russia weapons in January? Because Russia's running out of weapons. They're running out of ammo. They're running out of everything. Ukraine's beating them. Basically, is holding them off. Would you feel good about knowing
they're going to cut funding off for Ukraine? That'd be the first thing he does, is start cutting funding off. Anything,
but he's going to give
support
weapons to Putin.
I wouldn't
Nuclear
doubt
weapons
that.
to Putin.
Some kind of, I wouldn't doubt anything that he's going to do at this point. Yes, he is out to crush this country, to put it under his thumb. They're talking about getting rid of everything, the FBI, the CIA, everything.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it, because the ultimate power lies in the
Wow.
executive office, and they're taking that to heart. That means
What's
Donnie
so different
is
about
king.
2016? This is the same as 2016. His picks for his cabinet in 2016. We all said, "Fuck, what's this guy in the postage guy? You know, with his own company and all this sort of shit. He's put a guy in the EPA that was pollution. He was for polluting the country.
It's the same thing's going to happen this time.
Yes, but Matt Gaetz as DOJ, what the fuck? As AG, I mean, this guy's under investigation for pedophilia already.
Yeah, and the ethics committee is supposed to release that report. The judicial committee, one of them, I can't remember which one, is supposed to release the report. He resigned from Congress, hoping that was going to make that just go away.
He caused Mitch McConnell a big problem to make it go away, and Mitch McConnell said no. You know? Remember that? Mitch McConnell said, no, I'm not going to fix it for you. And that's why he attacked Mitch McConnell, got Mitch McConnell kicked out of the speakership.
There's some people calling for some of the Congress people to actually just say it out loud so it gets on the congressional record on the floor. Just go ahead and read it. Read it out loud.
Yeah. Don't bury it anymore. Don't. I mean, your news stations, your TV stations have really failed you. MSNBC are still borderline, but the rest of them, they're scared. You can tell they're scared of Donnie. They're scared of him. He's ruling on fear, this guy.
I point to that as part of one of the downfalls of our whole damn system, is that the news went from telling you the news to becoming an information network that is trying to get your ratings. They want to be number one. It's got to be, you got to pump them up, get them scared, get them worried, get them whatever the hell it is, happy, whatever. Get them that, whatever you have to do. And they're not doing a service to this country, huh?
Look what's happening in Gaza.
Yeah, really,
nothing. America is not standing up for Gaza.
As Secretary of Defense.
Netanyahu's been very quiet this last couple of weeks because he's been up for dirty work.
Have free reign to do whatever he wants.
Yes.
Now, Can you imagine it before. That's what they've been looking. This two-state solution has been a smoke blown up our ass for decades. There is no two-state solution because Israel has been taking over the West Bank, and there are these whole decades going by. There's settlements all over the damn place. You think they're going to give that up? No. And now are we going to do anything about it? No, we weren't doing anything about it before.
The whole time. That's what pisses me off.
What's that? We did say,
in the name of protection, we've been backing them billions of dollars every year.
You know, this happened when I go back again. We said back in the 50s we would never let 1930s Germany happen again. And look what's happening in Gaza.
Guess what's knocking on the door, baby? Guess what's knocking on the door? Hey, let me do some catching up.
How long before a Trump hotel ends up in Gaza?
How long before one ends up in Russia, in Moscow? You know, tell me it ain't going to happen. Hey, let me thank. I got a couple of thank yous to send out. One of them, the first one here, Jeanette Dahl, sent in $10. She did that at the end of last Tuesday's show, and so I didn't get a chance to call it out. So Jeanette Dahl, thank you very much, baby. I appreciate it. And let me gotta hit the button. And come on, I hit your thing. Shaky Me Bones came in with a $50 donation. Said, "Thank goodness for this family. At least we have each other." Amen, baby. And we're going to hold on because that's all we have left. And she came back and said, "I'm surprised." With another $50, said, "I'm surprised he hasn't appointed Snap, Crackle, and Pop. Give him time. Give him time. It's going to be the same bunch of idiots or something like it, I'm sure. It's just, he's pushing the limit. He really is.
He is.
Of what this country will tolerate. How long?
Go ahead.
My
member for Parliament here Federal, who is our ambassador to the United States, a guy called Kevin Rudd. You may know of Kevin Rudd from years ago when Donald Trump and him had a phone call in 2016 when he had a deal that you would take 1,000 of these immigrants that come on the shores. Remember that deal? And Trump said, no, we're not going to fucking do that. And then you ended up having to do it. You had 1,000 refugees. We had some few thousand refugees turn up on our shores, and Italy took some, England took some, and America had agreed to take 1,000 of them. And then when Trump got into power,
don't worry,
he said, "No." Nah,
pretty soon.
well, yeah, they won't be there
we'll
long.
Fix all that pretty soon. He's gonna deport whoever he can.
Kevin Rudd, this ambassador of ours for America, and he has been for years, hates Trump, and Trump hates him. So we've got this little debate in Australia at the moment about how we're going to handle this Kevin Rudd, Donald Trump situation. But we're not the only country. Other countries are talking about their ambassadors having problems with dealing with Trump.
Yes, not only other states, the states and this governors in this state in this country.
Yes, I've noticed that too.
Yes.
Yes, your governors are saying hands off.
Yes. We've lost the Senate. We've lost the White House, the Senate, the House. We don't have a lot we can do legislatively speaking. We can try to put as many roadblocks as we can, but basically our hands are going to be tied. So we're going to have to concentrate on not only getting the message out, but improving the message in a way or something that we can start getting people involved, because shit's going to hit the fan pretty soon. I just want to know how long it's going to take before these maggots realize just what they've done. What does that say?
Well,
what is that right out of the Bible? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do.
What they do?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They move a doomsday clock a bit forward, I think, John.
Huh?
The doomsday clock. I think they moved that a bit forward when they elected him.
They probably did. The world is a more dangerous place. Especially with Jorge Tiebiter in it. You know how dangerous that man is.
Yeah, he's scary.
Yeah, he's a problem, that guy. Is he here, is he?
Problem.
Oh, no.
I
oh, shit, shut up. He's here. Great guy. That's what I heard.
They're going to lay off 75% of the government workers, right?
Yep.
And they're going to deport all the illegals, and they're going to have government workers up picking potatoes and skinning chickens.
No,
what could go wrong with this plan?
The deportation camps, they will be labor camps, and they will pick the fruit while waiting to be deported.
Yeah, I don't put that. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Well, we have to round them up, put them in these camps, and while they're here, we'll let them pick these fields.
Yep.
Another form of slavery, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be a disgusting chapter in our history, because
when all this stuff started when Trump first took office, and you started screaming to high heaven, and I got in there and I started screaming to high heaven.
Yeah,
we really kind of might have known somewhere in the back of your heart that this was going to go long.
You're breaking up, mate. You're breaking up pretty badly.
I didn't expect it to be this long, but I'll try to go out and come back in.
Okay.
We can hardly hear you, Cobber. The thing is, I'm quite impressed with at the moment is the guy in charge of your Federal Reserve guy. He's saying to Trump, "No, I'm not leaving," which is important. He must stay. If Trump gets control of the Fed, it's downhill all the way, because he'll make the rich richer and the poor poorer very fast, especially with the tariffs.
Yeah.
Did you see that the Google searches?
Is what he's going to do.
You see the Google searches rose by 1,260% for how do I move to Canada and the cost of moving to Canada.
Look out, Canada! Here we come.
People are worried. With good reason. I mean, right? He's not even. We're a long time from the inauguration, but look what he's doing. Look at the message he's sending right now with these picks. This is going to be what my
Oh,
dog's doing.
he's putting in very important and dangerous positions. He's putting toddlers in there with a loaded handgun. That's what he's doing.
I'm worried about this guy and the Secretary of Defense, this Fox News talking head guy.
Oh, God.
I'm worried about that shit. You know, he's this guy that was talking about want to get rid of all the woke generals and can't have any women in the military, can't have that. Really? Let's put your service up against Tammy Duckworth's service, asshole.
Oh, the lady lost her legs.
Yes. In combat. In a helicopter. That got blown out of the sky. And he's going to challenge her right to fight for this country? Kiss my ass, you little piece of shit.
Yep.
You know,
it's right there.
That is what's going to happen in this country. That misogynistic shit, the racist shit, it's all going to come through. That's what he sold this country, and that's what's going to come through in his administration. You racist, you misogynistic asshole.
Look, there must be a way of stopping that, because this man is totally unqualified for that position. That is a serious position that could put the world in a big, messy basket of worms. You can't have that uneducated man, unaware, unintouched man in that position. I mean, the same as, once again, Matt Gaetz
evidently is not a qualification for the Trump administration.
What about Kennedy?
Matt Gaetz he's an attorney. Never tried a case, never did shit. He's a politician. That's what he is. And they're going to put him as attorney general? Really? Really?
Well, something must work, John, because Judge Cannon didn't get the opportunity, so that changed. So something has...
Send him cheeseburgers.
Pressure, resistance. You've got to resist. You've got to use the court system now like he does. And stop everything he's trying to do.
That is our defense. Let's be honest. Our defense is going to have to be in the courts. We're going to have to fight every inch of the way, and we're going to have to use the courts the same way they do, file in Democratic friendly districts. And then when we hit the Supreme Court, boy, howdy shit. Well, there you go. Let's find out just how ethical the damn court is. Because that's what it's all going to come down to. All these cases will work their way from one court to appeal court all the way up the line until it hits the Supreme Court. That's where it's going to
hit the snag.
Yep.
That'll be the snag,
I'm afraid.
The Supreme Court.
Do we have ethical judges or not is the question. Do we have judges on the Supreme Court now that are like a lot of congressmen and senators? They're more interested in their fucking position than they are for what the betterment of this country is? I don't know anymore. I used to want to have faith in all this shit, but every time, and like I say, that shit with their jobs, that goes both ways. They're more interested in keeping their seat than they are for governing.
What about Elon Musk?
Right.
Elon Musk has got too much mouth. He's got too much of a voice with Donald Trump. He's a danger to your country. He's a danger. Elon Musk is another sociopath.
He's a danger to himself.
Oh, man.
He's just... You know why Putin and Trump want Elon Musk on side? Because Musk, like he did for Putin, shut down the Skylink.
With a sink. Jesus.
And so Putin could move his troops without Ukraine noticing. So Musk shut down the Skylink for Putin. This is the sort of dealing. Musk's got too much power. That Skylink shit.
Oh,
it's
from what I
almost
understand,
like
he damn near moved into Mar-a-Lago now. He thinks he's one of the family. Shit.
Well,
he's all happy over there.
It's right.
Trump tried to get him in the family photograph. Did you see that? Trump said, "Come on in."
Yeah, come on in, Elliot. Get in here. Are you shitting me? Yes. But how long? And it's already been thrown up there as a question. How long before Donnie's going to get pissed off at that? Him trying to hog the spotlight. Donnie don't like that,
I was just looking the first 4 years. He ended up, after 4 years, he only had, I think, 6 of his original picks for his cabinet left.
Left, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, these picks he's made also, they're not definite, are they? Really? I mean, you said today, obviously, if the Senate goes on leave, we're in big trouble.
Yes.
But I don't think
If
all the Senate is on
the
board.
Senate take recess, that's going to be a telltale sign of, well,
But I don't think all the Senate is on board, John.
Huh?
I don't think all the Senate is on board. I don't think the Senate is all the Senate members are happy with Trump. I don't think that they will go on leave. I think
There's a couple that have
senators
have stood up and said something about Matt Gaetz or something, but the last one I saw before I came in here, I can't quote his name because I didn't give a shit, but he was sitting there because the newsman was asking him, well, you know, earlier you were talking about Trump in one way, and now you're saying, well, it's his pick. He can pick whoever he wants, and we can't do anything about it. That's bullshit. You know, the power is supposed to be checks and balances. They're supposed to be confirmed by the Senate.
Which is your confirmation.
Yes.
Which is the people's confirmation.
Yes.
It's the people's choice via the Senate or via the House. The people have a say here. Now, no sane American's going to want Matt Gaetz or Kennedy in those positions. I mean, what's Kennedy going to do? He's going to stop vaccinations. You're going to bring back diseases you got rid of. It's going to be a jail.
I just saw a story that measles is making a comeback somewhere. I
Yes.
don't know where. I can't remember it is. It was measles is making a big comeback. Well, shit, you know, we don't need that shit. You know, he's you know, he's a strange one. You know.
Well, measles start in kindergarten in the young school years. That's where you'll notice if it picks up around the 4 or 5 year old children. They start getting more measles cases, but they're worried about polio. That was the other one. The polio got mentioned.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're things that can come up real quick if you're not on top of them. If you don't, like COVID, they can get out of control.
A lot of Americans depend on, you know, oh, shit. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I rely on others that have that title. These people don't have that title.
Their success is not final, right? Their success is not final. The failure is not fatal. It's not a fatal failure. It's only fatal if he gets another term. He's already talking about a third term. That's an indication of I'm not going anywhere, or my family isn't.
That's what I said. He wants to be Putin. He wants to be president for life. Maybe we'll have another office. We'll invent a new office for somebody who's over the president, who could oversee the president. You know, like some other countries have. Ethics. You know, yeah. We'll just have a president, and then we'll have some title that's over the president who's going to have a big mansion. It's Putin. That's exactly what it is. He wants the power of Putin, and he wants the adulation of Kim Jong-un. That's what Donald Trump wants. He's a narcissistic psychopath. That's what he is. It's got to be about him. We all have to just love him. And if you don't, you're in trouble. Hello.
Clap and applaud, Donnie.
Hello, Bravo Chick. How are you, darling?
Hey, John. We're back in the boy howdy shit era, my man.
Yep. Boy howdy shit. You're going to hear it every damn day because there's going to be a reason every day.
You got that right.
Boy,
well,
person that,
you know, he could fall over dead. You know, he's 78 years of age, guys. No, I'm not just saying that he could not wake up tomorrow morning. And then you got J.D. Vance. How good is that?
We're all in trouble.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that wouldn't be more dangerous.
I'm worried about Tulsi Gabbard. Like, he wants her as director of Department of Natural Intelligence. Just go ahead and hand all our secret intel.
Just put a direct line into Russia over there and just ship all our intel over there. Shit, that's who she. You know, everything about his picks. You know,
it's scary. It is scary.
It is scary.
The circus tent is being set up right now, and the clown car is driving in as the ringleader is busy telling everybody in America how it's going to be. I wanted to mention, somebody said here about the atomic clock, the doomsday clock. It says right here.
Yeah, I did.
A moment of historic danger. It is still 90 seconds to midnight. Ominous trends continue to the post-world towards global catastrophe. The war in Ukraine, the widespread and growing reliance on nuclear weapons, increase in nuclear escalation. China, Russia, and the United States are all spending huge sums to expand or modernize their nuclear arsenals, adding to the ever-present danger of nuclear war through mistake or miscalculation. And also in 2023, the Earth experienced the hottest year on record, massive floods, wildfires, and other climate-related disasters affecting millions of people around the world. And plus also the rapid and worrisome development of life sciences and other disruptive technologies accelerated while governments made only feeble efforts to control them. So we're now at 90 seconds to midnight. It was 100. Now it's 90.
So we moved 10 seconds closer to the bomb.
That is correct.
And can't you see that scenario progressing? I can. That's what worries us.
Oh, shit, yeah.
You see that possibility that we could slide in that direction. And once certain things start flying around, we're all fucked. Everybody.
Well, you think of the dangerous triad if you've got Putin, Kim Jong-un, Trump, all in buddyship designing to take over. I mean, Kim Jong-un could get South Korea, Putin will get Ukraine and anything else he wants, and Trump will make a fortune selling them weapons. I hope your soldiers don't move out of your country. But once your soldiers start moving to help Russia or North Korea, your country's totally fucked. But I think that's what Trump would love to do. Trump would love to be in a war alongside of Putin. I really think he's that much of a nutcase.
And he's willing to take us there, I think. Oh, Iran, yeah. He wants to get our.
As long as he can golf on the weekends.
I think he will start a war with them just because they put a price on his head.
He's got people. Don't worry. Fox News guy will be in charge of defense. Hey, I want to call out a donation here. John E. McCormick. First off, let me say, buddy, I was supposed to do what you did. That was John's plan. All right. When I was young and living that life over there, I thought I'm going to do that. He came in with a comment. He came in with a $5 donation, and John said, in the Philippines, retired U.S. Coast Guard vet. I left the USA when Trump was first elected. Lived in Midland, Texas. Yucky place, LOL. Love your show. John, live the life, buddy. Live the life. That's all I can say. When I was in the Philippines, it is a tropical paradise over there, and I thought this is where I want to come back to live and retire here and cook me some tacos out there to sell and watch the monkeys play on the veranda. That's what was my game plan. I had a little to say. Life didn't deal that out, and things changed. But, John, I'm glad somebody's out there living that. And thank you for watching the show. Did
Jorge get back in here, John?
Who?
Well, we're trying.
He snuck, but Jesus, man, you can only
live in the country.
He's got a hammer.
Internet.
Keeps prying the nails loose. Jorge, how are you doing?
Well, I was thinking about my life, John, because I do that. God help me, I bet I do. And I was thinking about the first time I realized that America was kind of going to shit. It was when they quit putting wax paper on candy bars.
That's it. Downfall of America right there. No wax paper on the candy bar. All that stuff sticks to it. There you go. You got melted chocolate in there. You can't get it off.
There were multiple reasons for them doing this, okay? First off, the petroleum got cheaper than the wax paper. And people got so goddamn mean that you had to start sealing shit up to protect the consumer from bullshit, okay?
From other people tampering with your shit. Yeah.
And this guy
sad statement of our
society,
society, but yes.
Halloween here in Texas, and that kind of ruined Halloween for America. And
I would agree.
It was then. The whole America changed. The wax paper on the candy bars. Everything changed.
I will not disagree with you.
And
look at how society has changed in our lifetime.
I am very much afraid, John, that now we've reached a point in America where they've stopped drilling finger holes in bowling balls.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't bowl, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
They've stopped. People are bowling without finger holes.
How do they do that?
How the hell
They
do they
grab
do
that ball.
I don't know. I don't
And
want to
they
learn that way.
bowl.
How do you roll
It's
a
called.
ball down
Both
the
hands,
aisle?
I
You
guess.
don't roll it. You don't roll it. You throw it.
Weird bowling balls, kiss cat, indeed.
I'm convinced that we are at another one of them crossroads, John. You know.
Sounds like
We're at a
Twilight Zone.
crossroads, buddy. We are that.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
We're at a split in the road,
It's like
wondering
wax
what
paper
the
next.
hell is going to happen. And you can
Are they
see
gonna
the
add
potholes
wax?
down one, and that's
Are they gonna
where
add
we're
No
going
holes
to go.
in bowling balls. What's next? You know.
Bats. They're going to add bats to the game. So you got to bat your ball down the aisle.
Bat it down. Really?
But it was
Is that
wax
a base
paper. You
bowl?
know. I miss wax paper.
Where
miss-
this
I was
conversation's
raised in a
going.
wax
miss
paper
gas.
world. You know.
This gasoline at 27 cents a gallon or gas wars at
Yeah.
25 cents a gallon.
I miss wax.
You know
Days
what?
ain't coming
I
back.
want to say something here. You know what?
Nickel.
I just thought that when Kamala was doing her rallies and that, what she failed to do is, I've got to say this. She never pushed
Go ahead.
Biden's achievements in the way that she could have. I never heard about the infrastructure, what Biden achieved with infrastructure. Things like that maybe people forgotten about. You know, they forgot about what Biden had done, and they needed reminding.
Maybe we
didn't
did
need to
not
hear
do a good
about-
enough job of publicizing what he did do.
No,
And you're right.
no,
The
you
infrastructure
didn't.
projects
Seriously.
across this country that
I
are
think she
going
was
on
trying-
right now.
I think she was trying to separate herself from.
Well,
do
they
too.
sent Pete Buttigieg out to do it.
Yeah, he did a
Okay,
good job.
but you have to hear the candidate herself say it. You know.
That's right.
Well,
Exactly.
she had what,
she's not-
70
she's not-
days, 70 something days? She only had a couple of months or 101 day. I can't remember what it was. It was a
7
very
days.
short time from the time that Joe Biden decided to step down and she took up the mantle.
That's a tough time to get.
That
canceled.
is a
I
very
think it was all
tough
over
time.
before she ever got the mantle.
Well, I don't look. I got to say this as an Australian, and I got to
Mm-hmm.
put this out there that the world doesn't believe this election. The world can't believe of her popularity with the increase in voter registration, the amount of people that went to her rallies compared to his. The momentum towards her was so strong, and she loses within the first 2 or 3 hours of the election closing. Something smells, and I just can't put my finger on it. But the whole world feels the same as me. I know you guys in America say, you know, we don't want to be like the Trumps and say, oh, it was stolen, it was rigged, all this sort of crap. But let me tell you, if there was any time to call an election rigged, it was this one. I really feel something is amiss.
There's nobody more.
There were-
I
John,
want
there
more
was
than
more
anything
votes
to believe
found.
that that's exactly what happened. That there was intervention, that they cheated, that they manipulated the system, or something.
Well, one of the states
I'm
found
not going to go there, and I
16,000
can't go
votes.
there unless there is some kind of proof. Because we just went 4 years of listening to that bullshit from the other side. I don't want to
I'm
go
with
there
you,
unless
John.
somebody comes out with some absolute proof that, hey, we got a machine here that's switching votes, or we got this guy dumping votes, or something. But
Show me the
you know,
receipts.
It's a simple
Yeah.
fact that the bro vote. It's the bro vote that won this time because there's a bunch of angry young men that can't get laid that hate fucking women.
I'm not.
Well,
gonna
I
do
Cheat
that.
out of their
actually-
mama's basement, and
We
you know,
saw that.
maybe
And what's that?
start
Nick
trying to
Fuentes.
build
I
a
hope
life.
everybody has seen that video. I hope they
Nick
docked the
Fuentes,
hell out of him, as
yeah.
they say, and that man we know where he is all
Your
the time.
health care is mine.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't know
There's a
who
bunch
who he
running
speaks
around
for.
this nation. Yeah, there's a
Belongs
bunch
to me.
Nick Fuentes running around, period. That's the point. We got to change that attitude. Men do not have respect for women, especially with you're young, dumb, and full of cum. I mean, you know, it's just We know women are way more mature than men. They definitely
Yeah,
get
but it
way more
wasn't just the young that elected his ass.
true.
Can I tell you this,
it's-
John? What elected his ass? This is from 5:38 last night. From 5:38,
Right?
the major influence
Good
on the
website. I
election.
like 'em.
Over 50-year-old white males, 75% voted for Trump. Over 50-year-old white
That's what I mean.
males,
You can't blame
75%
this on
Trump.
the young.
What?
I find that hard to believe.
This
I
was
do.
Let me
the-
finish.
this
Let me
is-
finish here. Let me
Okay.
finish. White females, 45% Trump. Immigrants. Now I can break it down, Latinos and all that, but basically immigrants, 65% voted for Trump.
Pull
And
the
how do you
ladder up
explain that?
behind
How
you.
do you explain that?
That's what I'm saying. Where's the cheating here? Because he threatened those people, yet they look like they supported him. He threatened women, and it looked like they supported him. What's going on here? This is what I'm saying. Something doesn't chime right. As you say, there's no
I
evidence.
agree. We
but-
were all prepared for her win. All of us were confident that, and again, like you said, for something that the
within 2
news was
hours,
telling us was
it
going to
was
take
over.
weeks and weeks to find out, it happened in a couple hours. Bingo. We had a decision. That was mighty quick. But again,
It was a landslide.
I think part of the problem is we live in a digital world where there's all these like budgie moments where
Yes.
look
Oh,
at this,
Lord.
look at that.
In the
most
fake
people are
news
so,
world.
right? So
Yes.
many people are so
Misinformation,
attached to the
disinformation.
sparkling- Yeah, the sparkling lights, the latest, greatest. Fucking people are just uneducated, and they do
And-
not bother to spend the time to do any fucking research anymore.
Lazy.
All right, Retriever 19 Golden.
People are lazy. They're asleep on the couch with their head buried in a
I
bag of
appreciate
Doritos.
Well, if it's not laziness, they're totally gullible. Is America gullible? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
To a degree, yes.
Yes.
More and more so, evidently, that they would that a majority of this country would believe half the bullshit that came out of that man's mouth, and we all heard it. Every time he gave a rally, half the speech was just bullshit he pulled out of his ass. Had nothing to do with politics. It was just
He stood
words.
there for 39. He stood there for 39 minutes and to dance to music.
nothing.
What
Nothing
sort
came
of-
out of his mouth, just swinging back and forth like that, But they
everyone
didn't care.
forget-
the only
did everyone
way I
forget
explain
how
it-
many days he played golf and how many lies he told the last time. For God's sake,
And you think
He
the
did
golf
it for
course got
39
used
minutes.
last time?
Fuck,
Just
he
wait,
played
baby.
golf for 2 years.
He's going to
you
be
know?
out on the course every damn day.
Hang on,
He's-
guys. Hang on.
He's not into governing.
hang
He's
on.
just into being the ruler.
Right.
That's what it is.
During his presidency, he actually spent one whole year out of his 4 years out on the golf courses.
Yes.
That-
Be my guest. Let him spend the next 4 years golfing. That'd be the best case
The
scenario.
And we can
I'm
And
just
how
worried
many
about the
lies
people he's
did he
putting in charge
tell the
right now.
last time?
That's what we all have to worry about.
300,000
Exactly,
or
John.
something?
Because
The
we
most
know it's not
important
him.
thing is the most important thing is the people that are making decisions on your behalf are idiots
Yes,
that don't belong in that position.
that are
We know that.
vindictive idiots.
What can we
You
do
know,
about it?
Protest.
Well, therein lies the great problem. Dangerous.
Test
What
the
do we
system.
do about it?
What can we
Test the
do?
system.
We
Test
do
the
what
system,
we've
protest.
always done, because I don't know anywhere else. There's some
Raise
people that say
hell.
take up arms. I'm worried about the people down the street taking up arms and pointing them at me. I don't want to see a
You don't need
society where
guns.
we're shooting at each other.
That's
You don't
Somehow
need
we have to
guns.
so
move
he
past
can
this
declare
shit.
martial law.
I would not doubt if he does.
Did you see all those
Test
neon
the water, guys. Test
Hey,
the
guys, you're all
waters.
talking over each other again.
Test the waters. When the January, when you start feeling the pressure, get out in the street and just see if he puts the army out there or
I'm
the National
thinking
Guard.
that's what it
Test
has
it.
to be. It has to be, protest in the streets, a protest on Washington. I don't, it's hard to answer that question. What do we do now? Because we don't have legislative power. There's not going to
They
be a
have the
whole lot
women's
that we can
march.
do to stop anything that they really set their mind to doing.
By the way,
They
People
have the
power.
majority.
By the way, John, you being an ex-veteran, there is a great group here in the U.S. called Common Causes.
No X2.
And they're all ex-vets, and they're doing all kinds of rallies, public speaking. They're definitely protesting this vote. So I would highly recommend that you get involved. There's also
I would highly recommend that everybody get involved in whatever organization you might pick. If you're a veteran, get involved in Veterans Against Trump. That's a good place to start. Damn honorable place to start.
Task Force Butler is basically a bunch of investigating vets that are joined with Common Cause, and they're out there fighting racism and definitely Nazism. In fact, I was shocked to see all these young 20-something-year-olds that showed up with the Nazi flags in front of that play of the Diary of Anne Frank. They're just being emboldened that now they think they can stand out there with flags.
They have come out of the woodwork because, yes, they have been emboldened. Their guy won. Racism, bigotry, misogyny, all of that won.
Yeah.
How? I don't know. But it did.
I know.
I explain it with my neck. All that. When you ask them about it, fuck you, I'm voting for Trump. Fuck you. That's it. That's all you get. They might throw, the economy was better. No, it wasn't. It sucked.
It was
and it took a long time for
economy
Biden to
before
dig us
that.
out of that hole.
It was Obama's economy before that. I mean, Trump took over Obama's economy, didn't he?
Yes.
Guess what? Going to take over
And
Biden's
run it
economy.
into the ground.
Yeah.
That's what
And
Republicans
exactly right.
do. And then when they're out of office, they bitch about everything that they just caused. They will destroy the economy. And then when it's all down, they get tossed out of office and they start, well, look at the economy. It's all terrible here. Our guy was in, it's a bunch of bullshit. But you can sell bullshit to stupid people. Evidently, there's a lot of stupid people in this country.
Don't say stupid, say gullible. Gullible is better than stupid.
There is something we can do. Bernie Sanders said it right after the election. Get back in touch with the middle class, specifically white middle class, because that's what it's going to take. That's what we have to do in the next 4 years, in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Be careful, guys. Once Trump,
we're going to have help. His policies and his decisions are going to help us. I know they are.
Yeah.
Once Trump starts to say to you guys, I'm going to privatize, you're in big deeper shit again, because that means I'm going to sell your government department to one of my mates for an income, for an earn. He's got something in it. It's all transactional. If he privatizes, for example, health or Social Security,
he wants to privatize the VA.
So we went through that over here.
He's going after Mark Milley. He wants to prosecute Mark Milley for treason.
Yeah.
General Mark Milley.
That will go nowhere. That will go nowhere.
It won't go anywhere, but he's going to try to sell that shit.
They're still going to waste
He'll
do his name.
Something shitty behind the scenes.
Depends on who's in the Department of Justice and who's, in charge of the defense and who's in charge of If he gets everybody he wants, they could get Milley. They could get anybody they want.
This privatization of stuff. We had a government over here which we call a liberal government, which our liberal government is the same as your GOP or the right wing. Our left government over here is called the Labor government, which is the people's government. But when we had a Republican type government, they sold electricity, saying, "Oh, look, the electricity is going to be a lot cheaper. There'll be competition." Blah blah blah. Electricity went up, skyrocketed. It just grew and grew the price. They privatized our water. It's going to be cheaper water. There'll be competition. It went up through the roof. The only people that made money out of it was the government. That went into the coffers.
Y'all
but
please
the people
carry on the conversation.
More.
I'm going to have to leave the camera for a minute. I have to go check on something.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
So privatization is not a good thing. Government control of those services means that you'll guarantee that those things will be fixed, maintained, and your prices will be reasonable and not looking for profits. So don't ever allow, if you can find it, to sell off your services to private entities, because also China own our electricity. They don't own the infrastructure, but they own the rights to sell electricity. So we're into China. Another country.
Very
I can't think of it.
comforting. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's not a good feeling to know your water is controlled by another country. It's really an odd feeling. So
yeah. Right.
you sort of, and what that makes it also hard for your politicians to negotiate, because if China owns your water supply or your electricity supply, he's got you over a barrel.
Right.
Now,
No,
they
Yeah.
can put the squeeze on you real quick, right?
Yeah, and that's what happened
Yeah.
over here, and we regret it. We totally regret privatization, but you can say no, 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 but the government will still do it. They find ways. They'll do it. I mean, I wonder what happened to America's money, because you guys moved out of Afghanistan. That saved you trillions per year. You moved out of
Iraq,
they had that as well. But you also went to nuclear power for all your major Navy ships, the aircraft carriers, all nuclear powered. They were costing you billions of dollars a year in fuel and maintenance costs to run them. But now with nuclear, they cost you 10 cents a year. Where'd that money go? And they still want more money. Your Department of Defense say we want more money, yet you save billions a year on your Navy.
DARPA.
I mean, what happens? I mean, you make these changes to improve and save money, yet there's still not enough money at the end of the year.
Don't get me started on how
Yeah,
government
they
contracting works.
save money on one thing and spend it on 80 other things. So.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm telling you, there is money we could save in our budget, but not the way they're talking about.
This ex-National Guard guy, the Fox News host, he's going to be in control of 3 million employees. That's a lot. All of our Department of Defense. I mean, everything.
Yeah, I heard that side. That's the way we all feel.
Council of people to oversee the generals in the Pentagon, and if they are not
loyal,
chosen correct by the panel, then they are required to retire.
Of course, because
if they won't,
because
like Hitler had, isn't that what he said?
Well, here's the thing.
He wants generals that are loyal to him, and that is exactly what Hitler did. He installed generals that were loyal only to him, not to the German people or to the German. No, it's the same way here. He wants them loyal to him, not our Constitution, not our anything, not the Pledge of Allegiance, not the anything. It's loyalty to him.
Get ready to be slaves. That's
indeed $80 hammers. Thank you, Harry Teal, because you want to know what the problem is with contractors and defense contractors. There it is. Harry Teal just said $80 hammers. You damn right. That's what they do. Low battery. Oh, shit.
Be ready to be a slave, because that's what we're all going to be. The billionaire class wants to use us all slaves. We're nothing more
oligarchy.
We're nothing more
than... That's what I was saying earlier. An oligarch society where the wealthy control everything.
The kings and princes, and then the peasants. And there was a sharp dividing line between whether you were a king or a peasant. It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
You know what Donnie wants you to do, baby? Donnie wants you to shut up and drink your vodka. That's what he wants you to do. Shut up and drink your vodka. Because you're right. That's exactly where he wants to go with this, where the wealthy, and Elon Musk is a very damn good example. Let's put I did that, damn it.
Does he pay his people very well? I'm curious.
Donnie?
No, Elon. Does he pay his people?
The ones I can tell you that now that I did see a doco about Elon Musk. It was made 3 years ago, and that's when I made my mind up about Elon Musk. That I realized that he's a dumb shit. That all the people around him are the smart people, and that's what he's capitalized on. And
there you go. He knows how to hire smart people, and he had the money to do it, and that's what he did. His mistake was when he moved from
South Africa,
like SpaceX and cars and stuff, into the social world, and he acquired Twitter X, and came in with his sink. And now what is X? It's a pile of shit.
Does anybody?
And on that note, y'all go. You remember to if you can download the app for Blue Sky and sign up for that one. I just went on Blue Sky. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Danger asks if he pays his guys well. Look, there's 4 or 5 guys that are really close to him. One's a lady, and she's actually a black lady. They're very close to him. They're the ones that come up with all the
I won't tell you.
innovations about SpaceX. He pays them very well. They didn't disclose their income, but they said they're exceedingly happy with what they earn. But the workers on the floor had a different attitude.
Right.
They said the wages are just fair. They didn't say it was bad or it was good.
Jesus.
They were
John, did
being
you
political.
check that, John?
Well,
Yes, I just seen that. John McCormick, my God.
Yeah. Yeah, check that, John.
You can tell a person by the way they treat their employees how they're going to treat
Indeed.
other people. So
Indeed.
that's why my own
Oh,
only.
let
Where
me put it
did he
this way.
just carry a sink into some office the other day?
Yeah, that was a while ago. He carried his own sink in or something.
Yeah, same thing he did on at Twitter. Let me get this out of my head.
You know he's buying Central Texas,
John,
right?
you can back that up if it was, brother. Let me send out a couple of thanks. Bob K came in with $2 and said, I remember paying for gas 16 cents a gallon in 1972. Damn, Bob. We're showing our age, brother. We're showing our age. I remember. I don't know if I remember 16. I remember 20-something cents a gallon.
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember 30. I remember 30 cents a gallon.
Yeah, them days is gone and they're coming back. Let me send out a great big thank you to John E. McCormick, who came in. And, John, if that's a mistake, I back that thing up. He came in with a $400 donation and said, R.E., defense contractors. 10 years ago, I worked for aviation defense contract. Would proofread tech manuals, spell check. That's what proofreading is, make sure everything's right. Was paid $32 an hour. The same job otherwise is worth $10 an hour. That's where you've heard the stories of the hammer. That has a job, a description of the item that's 2 paragraphs long. You know, and they'll hide a description. They'll just make up all shit. And here's another thing here's what defense. This is what pissed me off when I worked for Uncle Sam as a civilian, as an item manager. I controlled a large portion of inventory. And here's what they do. Well, you need this widget right here. Well, you need it on the line and you need it pretty quick. So you order one. Well, the company doesn't sell you one. They sell it in batches of 100. Okay.
Okay.
So you got to buy 100 of them if you want to use one of them. So you got to get it in. Order 100 of them. It comes in. You use that widget and go fix your airplane out there. The other 99 go into stock where they'll sit for a while. If they sit there too long, they go to property disposal office. And they send it over there to sell it back to the public. And guess who's sitting there waiting to buy it back on pennies? Pennies for pennies.
Contract.
Yep, the same contractor, and he'll turn around, repackage it, and sell it right back to the government. That's good old-fashioned American capitalism at work, baby. Fuck them. We'll get as much as we can out of them. That's what's wrong with our defense system when it comes to our how much we spend on defense. Is because every damn defense contractor out there will do the same damn thing.
And doesn't it make you feel good when you're out on the battlefield and you know that the gun that you have in your hand was basically given to the lowest bidder?
Lowest bidder.
Yeah,
that's what
everything goes to the lowest bidder.
What John Glenn
there's a lot of shit
know?
that defense contractors do to pad that ticket. And if you worked in inventory, if you worked in management at all, you know it's happening all the time. Yeah. And there's government programs out there trying to root that shit out. There are employees that try to do the right thing and point shit out when it's obvious and sticking right out there, but not enough. Because
or you can have
the money's
Vivek
big.
Ramaswamy just destroy it all, right? Yeah.
Oh, God, don't mention that name. He's an asshole, that kid.
Well,
that's allegedly what Elon and Vivek are going to do. They're Doge, and it's like turning a meme into like something like that is ridiculous. So stupid.
That guys,
isn't that the world we live in now? Ridiculous.
Fill me in, guys, about this blue sky. What's this blue sky?
I actually joined.
I got it.
I
signed it up. I've already posted 2 videos on there.
It's pretty much what the original Twitter was.
Right.
And as by name, you can guess where it leans. Blue skies looking at me.
This is set up to piss off Elon Musk and make X.
Fuck him.
I don't think it's about pissing him off. I think it's about giving people a safe place to be again so that they
Yeah.
can resume
when he took over Twitter
communicating.
and turned it into the shit show that it is, Twitter lost a lot of subscribers.
Well, he said Twitter was not going to be political, didn't he? He did say that when he bought it. It's not going to be political. No hate speech.
All right, John. Now you just powered me.
No hate speech. What a joke. He was the one that tweeted.
I'm going to be worried about
well,
that now,
how come,
John.
no one's shooting at Joe and Kamala? What a fuck nugget.
By the way, did you notice?
Plenty of them out there.
I put the 45-minute video up on the main discussion about the Hopi prophecy from 1972 when they did the United Nations thing. And I actually got a chance to study the Hopi prophecy because I knew a guy, as you noticed what I wrote. He was actually here in Maui. He lived on the Big Island. And for 30 years, he was a white guy that was allowed to live in the Hopi nation. And they don't normally let white people live there, but they gave him the authorization. They taught him the Hopi prophecy. And it's really weird. It came up on my feed the other day, and I started watching it.
Commercial.
And that's why I reposted it, because
commercial?
it's very clearly, they said when the final shaking happens that there's going to be people in control that wear red hats. So, the Hopi prophecy, and this was done in 1972, they were talking about it. And yet here it is today so if you get an opportunity, grab some popcorn, sit there and watch that 45-minute video, because the Hopi, you got to understand, the Hopi, they consider themselves the center of the universe, the Hopi Nation. All we have to do is, if we want to know the state of the world, just look at the Hopi Nation, because all the Northern American Native Americans that came down from Alaska, Canada, and everything, and then all the ones that came up from South America, where they met was right in Hopi Nation, which is in the Four Corners area of Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, and Arizona. And they had never signed any treaties with the U.S. government. They are the fucking peacekeepers of this world, and they have had visions about what is to transpire. And if you get an opportunity, go check that out, because I posted it, and I was kind of shocked because I forgot about the red hat part, and it came up on my feed. And as I'm watching it, very clearly, the guy talks about that the final shaking, which we're in right now, it's being run by people with red hats that came from the east, according to what they say. But anyway, if you get an opportunity, check that out. I don't know whether that will mean anything to you, but I believe it will, because it shows the path where we've been and where we're going to go. So,
well, that's amazing. That's amazing, because I always thought these red hats had a different meaning. I thought these red hats were for covering up the circumcision marks on their head.
No.
I don't know. Don't discount that. Don't.
Okay, I was just confused there. I was just a little confused. I thought it was for the operation, cover the operation up, but okay.
It probably was.
The lobotomy, you mean?
Let me catch up here real quick. John E. McCormick came back with $2, and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He said, "I meant to hit $5. I pressed the wrong button." John, don't mess with me. I'm going to worry, brother. And Keith Thompson came in with $5. Said, "Hello, white brothers. Now you taste what the brown and blacks have lived with for hundreds of years of plantation."
There you go.
On their thinking. I don't think it's as bad as that yet, John. I mean, Keith.
Will be.
Yeah, but we can't let it go there.
No.
Racism, all of it has come back on the scene. Everything we thought we had chased under their rocks and chased them back under their little garages with their little rebel flags. Well, Donnie came along and he opened them garage doors. He lifted that rock off of them. He said, "Come on out and support me," and they did. So yeah, I'm.
You got to get him back under that rock again.
Yeah, I'm concerned that why my dogs keep barking. I have to go check my security. I'll be right back. I apologize again.
Actually, it's not being swept under the rock again. They need the head of the snakes cut off. We're dealing with fascism, racism, and misogyny. Those are the three big evils, plus gluttony. I'll throw
Well,
that
the hardest one to get rid of, Danger, is fascism, I think, because once fascism sets its roots, meaning they invest their money into whatever they shouldn't be invested in, it's pretty hard to get them out. But,
the roots you're right. The roots go very deep in that.
The rich owning the government.
Yep.
Well, they're making the government virtually an oligarchy. They are privatising the government to themselves.
Yep.
They are making the government their work office. This is all
It's a
the
division of
corporates.
their corporation.
Yep, the White House has become a house of we'll filter the complaints. You just carry on down, use your oligarchs and make your money, and we'll handle the complaints.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to admit
Uh,
something. If these things go really the way that they seem that they're going to go, we may be ushering in back the coming of God. Okay, he may come back.
Well, I
again.
don't believe in all that, but I believe that there are some
I don't think he's
relentlessly
serious,
horrible
Jorge.
people. I do, and I think that there's some people that will destroy the world for their own little petty profit. And
Mm-hmm.
it's sad to me that we should end up in a place like this as human beings, because we should be better than this.
We should
And that's
be.
what I
That's
believe
We should be.
that the
And that's what we're
Democrats
asking
all
everybody to
believe
be. I don't
too.
know what was said, but that's what we're
That's
asking
what we
everybody to be. Be
believe.
better.
Just be
the
better
one
than
No,
this shit.
hang on, that's a Melania Trump line. Be better, be better.
Yeah, be better.
No, she's
She didn't even show up. Come on.
Mate,
I'm
did you see what
almost
she said?
disappointed
make
that
the
Joe
She
didn't
said,
let that
family
asshole in.
pictures,
I'd
man.
love to see her.
She's even going to be living at the White House. She's going to be
no,
living in.
she said
Well,
she's going to be
Johnny.
visiting.
She's staying at Mar-a-Lago. She said she'll come
Yeah,
visit.
anywhere with
She has no interest in the shit.
She's going to be wherever he
She
is.
doesn't have the
doesn't wanna be
amenities
there.
that.
She just wait for his ass to die so she can collect her paycheck. Guaranteed.
Yeah, but she
Baron.
wants
Baron,
she
he's
wants a
like,
chauffeur.
Well, let's be fair, Dangerous. We're all waiting on that.
Yeah, we are.
This is true.
But
Come
we're not
on,
going to get
bolt
the
of
pay.
lightning. Come on, bolt of lightning. What do you?
Yeah, we all really should get paid, because not only did she have to live with him and put up with this shit, so have we. Period. So we should all get paid too.
She wants she still wants to
We haven't even
have
brought up.
the limo. She still wants a security system. She wants to be the first lady and have all the luxuries of the first lady.
Yes.
But she does not want to be. She does not want to
She
be
wants to
next to
strut
him.
around with her little smirk on her face, and yeah.
She wants her Versace bird.
I don't have much respect for her at all.
Cake.
We all know why she married him. It was for the money. Don't tell me she was attracted to the
Let
Donald.
them eat
Gold
cake.
digger.
Give me
They're
a kiss.
peasants.
She's always been a gold digger. Opportunity is
Well,
where the
so is he.
open and talk to her.
Birds of
Yeah.
a feather, right there. They're both addicted to money and
Two of a
fame.
kind.
That is the root
Did
of
you
all
see-
evil.
Did you see Russia? One of the Russian newspaper put her on page 3 with her nudity shots.
RT,
in Russia?
Russian television is putting her on all the time, her naked pictures and stuff.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen
And
them. I want to go. Are they
including
still online?
Trump
I want to go.
choices
I want to go
for
look
his
at her.
cabinet.
Yeah. I need to
that's
go look at her.
unbelievable. Your first lady is being taunted around the world for nude photos, along with her
And
felon
they're
husband.
saluting.
He's not
they're
my first
saluting
lady,
his
and he's
choices.
not
Oh,
my
it's art.
president.
Come on, Dave. It's art.
And it's not the first time they did it. The
Yeah.
first 4 years, they were nude pictures.
Yeah, and let me tell you, there was no art in laying down with Donald Trump in a bed so you can get a ticket in the United States and be rich.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that better start worrying about their
Remember
Social
those
Security.
Nancy Reagan photos that came out of her,
Yes, John, you're dead right, John. You've got to start worrying about your Social Security because
Your
that
healthcare.
may be gone.
It's going to take a hit. They want to cut back on it on everything. They want to strip the budget. What did Elon say? $2 trillion. He wants to strip $2 trillion from the budget. Like I say, you start delving into firing 75% of the federal workforce. You start cutting entitlement. This country is going to go. You think you got inflation now? Shit. You'd be lucky if you ain't selling apples on the side of the street if you could find apples.
baby.
Well, you get your tariffs, mate. Once you put his
The
tariffs in there, then
snowball
you're going
effect
to
of
know.
all the shit that he is recommending or wanting to do. It's going to have a snowball effect across this country and industries, all in every field. You can't just start throwing people out of their job. They ain't got no income. They're going to lose their house. What are they going to do? You know,
And he's talking about doing it in
billionaire.
huge numbers, okay? It's
Yes.
huge numbers.
millions of people, millions
Yes.
of people. You know, that's what they're talking about. It's going to impact maggots too. Oh, look at them food stamps might go away. Who knows? Shit, I don't know.
You know, I
I just
decided.
wonder how many maggot female grandmothers or mothers are out there that voted for him that have not yet experienced their daughter or their granddaughter going through a disaster with pregnancy and having her life put in
Right.
danger or dying. It's going to happen to one of the. I mean, let's put it this way: if Baron Trump married a young girl and they had a child, and it was a
Yeah,
situation
John
where
D.,
the
where is it
baby
coming
was
from?
in danger, or the woman was or she was in danger, they would have an abortion straight away. Yet you couldn't.
Well, see, they would put her on a plane, fly her to Europe for a ski vacation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she would come home unpregnant, because that's the way it fucking works, okay? It's okay for the rich. The poor and the middle class are the only ones that suffer on this.
Yeah, the rich guy that gets
I'll
his
shut
mistress
up.
pregnant.
It's always going to
The
be
ri-
the poor that are going to suffer the most. Those that are struggling monthly. And believe me, that's basically what I do. I think a lot of us out here
Yep.
struggle every month to make sure you got
Welcome
the
to
bills
my
paid.
world.
Yeah, yeah. So most of us dream about being middle class. Are you shitting me? And but look what middle class has to be nowadays, because I just saw in the news how they were advertising in just a decade ago. You had to have an income of $50,000 a year to be able to afford a house. Now that number is up to 109,000.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, that it's dropping a whole lot of people out of that market. Donnie's out there talking about, he's going to build all these houses. Who's they going to sell them to? Because you're talking about getting 75% of the workload in the federal government, and that's going to have a ripple effect into all sorts of industries.
Hang on, John.
What?
Elon Musk has got his houses. You see that one? Elon Musk has got his new homes that he can sell. There are $10,000 sections, I think. They're about the size of a shipping container, but he's made it, and then you join them together. So if you want a big home, you just buy more of them, and then you put them together and make your home that way, like Lego. That's the way he's going to solve the housing problem.
They do that already. They take 40-foot containers and they turn them into modular houses for people.
Oh, they have an apartment project.
My son lives in one. It's not a modular.
Made out of container.
It's solid steel. Thank you very much.
So Elon Musk, once again, Elon Musk, another oligarch, is into the White House. He's got this idea with his containers. He's also got, I will tell you, he's also got a tank, an army tank that he's designed. Electric.
Wonderful.
Okay? Yeah. And he's trying to put that in. So this is where Elon Musk gets a payoff as well.
Roofers,
they're rubbing each other's backs, guys.
Are you saying conflict of interest, Aussie?
There's going to be a lot of industries.
I think so. I think so.
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah. And it's called money laundering. It's like the White House has now become the world's #1 telemarketing complex.
I'm sorry,
like
AD.
Spiro Agnew getting money delivered to his office in a brown envelope.
You can buy a
let's
watch.
let AD join the conversation, as short as it's going to be. AD, how are you doing?
I'm doing
Sorry,
good,
brother, I
John.
got you in here late.
Oh, it's all good. How you doing, John?
I'm hanging in there every day.
Hello,
like a
AD.
hair in a biscuit, as Andy would say.
How you doing? Yeah, you
That's
know
all we
what
can
pisses me
do.
most about this election is that my little brother, who knows my mom and dad is on Social Security, knows my grandma and grandpa's on Social Security, who knows everybody that's older in our family, even people that's our age and on Social Security.
Dependent on it.
Yeah, he convinced my father to vote for Donald fucking Trump. And my father's a veteran. My father, he was a dog.
I know veterans that did.
3rd Infantry. He was over there in Germany. And it's like, wow, the way that
I
people vote.
don't
in their own
understand it
interest
either,
in this
but
country,
yeah,
I don't get
happened
it.
a
I
lot.
do not understand. I don't understand.
I hope they just don't understand, but I think that maybe they do, and that's what
Yeah.
makes me
Well, now to be
worried.
fair, I'm just going to say I was in the military for a long time. I've seen lots of dumb people. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
they're everywhere.
that's true. That's true. And like I said, my dad, I love my dad to death. He's a smart. He actually is a smart guy, but he's around my brother more than me. I probably get the the coexistence on it, like where he's telling him this is what you got to vote for. And I'm like,
You're right, Don
I can't
Cheeto.
babysit. I can't babysit everybody. I just all I can do is vote, hope for the best, because they're going to destroy public education. They're going to completely destroy it. And I feel so fucking bad for my son. I do, brother.
I imagine that would I can't both my sons voted for Kamala Harris. I know that, but that must be hard as passionate as this election has been. But again, we always have to remind ourselves we each have a right to that vote. We may not like their vote,
right.
but they have a right to it just like we do, and that we have to defend. Sometimes.
I just feel bad for my son. I just feel bad for my son because he's still in the public education system.
Yeah.
He's
Oh, is that right?
7th grade. He's only in 7th grade, so he's got a long way to go. He's got 5 more years, at least in the public education system.
The whole Trump administration.
I think he's probably going to be lucky. He may be old enough now at his age to realise when he's being indoctrinated or he's being
maybe in
educated.
the next couple of years he'll have that there he is. He'll have that awakening, that eye opening.
Oh yeah, I tell him.
Because it happens. It happened to me.
Yeah.
Nixon. That's where my mistake was. What?
Yeah, baby.
Nixon. Oh shit.
By the way, I'm reading something here. Every single person that was elevated or appointed by Milley will be gone. There's a very detailed list of everybody that was affiliated with Milley. They'll all be gone. The Joint Chiefs of Staff include the highest-ranking officers in the U.S. military, comprised the head of the Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, National Guard, and Space Force. The disclosure to fire the senior leaders of the U.S. Armed Forces is because the day after Trump picked his defense secretary.
I do not doubt.
So
not
he
one
wants
bit at all. He's going to install loyalists in
all
those
the
positions.
chiefs of staff.
We are going to be facing some difficult times ahead. Hey, let me catch up here with a couple of things. Kirk Stromberg came in with $5, said Trump and his administration versus the United States. And I think that's the way it's going to be. And Just Coggins just got in here. Just, how you doing?
I'm doing well, John.
Good.
I want to say hi to all the chat guys. My computer completely, I'm on my phone because my computer completely died. So I appreciate this. My only consolation is that I'd like to get to couple things first, if I could. One is now we have reports through the BBC that over 300,000 people have just recently, within the past couple of days, Googled, are tariffs a good thing or a bad thing post-election? You think that would be something you would check before the election?
You would think. I understand the Google search for "Can I change my vote?" is out there. So it tells you that there's a lot of people out there that don't pay attention, don't know jack shit. They walked into a booth. And
that means our school systems aren't doing their job.
We live in an idiocracy.
Well, that's you think so.
Our school system. I think maybe everybody should be required to do at least 2 years of at least community college just to be educated and be around other people other than themselves.
College ought to be treated like high school. We preach all the time the need for a college education, but we only give you high school. You want to go to college, you got to pay for that. One way or the other, you're going to pay for it.
Everybody should just get 2 years.
Indeed. We want to scream that it's an important part of our
socialism, John.
Yeah. Hey, let me thank Gregory Brown. Let me thank Gregory Brown, who came in with a $20 donation and said, when that cabinet gets seated, we will become a lion with no head. Putin wins. If he gets what he
Putin,
wants,
yep.
if he gets the
Which
cabinet that he's picking right now, you damn right, Vladimir Putin wins. Russia wins.
Hey,
That's who
well,
wins this
I'd like to-
election.
Yep.
The Cold War. The Cold War is been won by Russia. Basically, that's what it boils down.
What was it?
The Cold
Nikita
War is
Khrushchev said,
over.
"We will take you without firing a shot. We will defeat
From
you
within.
from within." That's right.
Well, you want to know?
And
you know
guess
what,
what, baby? Here we are.
You know what the Hopi prophecy says? It says that there's going to be an invasion that'll be like ants coming from the west onto the North America continent. So now I'm starting to see that if Putin gets in there, then guess what? The Chinese are going to invade us. They'll just take over the U.S.
Well,
Anybody that knows me has heard me say the one thing that John has always says. I wish Mom was here. She's heard it for 40 some odd years. This country is set up to defend our country over there. We are not set up to defend our land.
Here.
All right. That is a problem. That we are not set up. We don't have a plan to defend our property. We're going to fight your ass over there. We have,
You leave. In other words,
that
your front,
and the
your front
enemy
door is
within,
locked.
baby. We'll take you
Your
without
front
firing
door
a
is
shot.
locked.
Would be
Your front door is locked, but the back door is open.
Is open.
You better start learning Mandarin, because if you can't speak their language, they'll just fucking kill you straight out.
Oh.
But if you were
You
learn
talking
Mandarin,
about-
you might.
The sad thing is there are a lot of people looking into leaving the country, going to Canada, going to Costa Rica, going to other countries because they're worried. They're concerned about how this is going to go.
We're building a wall.
I got a question, if anyone knows this or not.
Huh?
And that is, I got a question, and that's because I'm not sure about, because Gates, he resigned.
Right.
Now, if he's not confirmed, do they have to do a special election? Because I don't think that DeSantis can.
I think it goes state by state.
He's resigned from Congress, so that's over.
So he's out. But if he's not confirmed, DeSantis can't go ahead and say, well, we'll reinstate you. That's only in regards to Senate. So they'd have to have a special election for that.
They would
Is
have
that
to,
correct?
yes.
Right. It would be a special
I'm
election.
not 100%, but I know.
Once they change the rules.
Okay.
Marco's
Some
seat is
states-
now open.
Go figure.
Yeah, Marco's seat is now open in Florida too. By the
Yep.
way,
Some states,
That's right,
Some
Marco Rubio.
states, they let you appoint them. Some states, they let you appoint, like the governors appoint people. Some states,
Yeah.
they don't.
Well, they appoint.
True.
I knew they appoint the senators. So
New
there was
Zealand.
talk,
There's not.
but
There's
I
one.
wasn't sure. I thought that it was kind of funny that he
depends on the
resigned
state.
so fast, and now it's going to come back to bite him probably because people are like, no, unless they go to a recess appointment. So
The other thing you should notice as well, if you look at the stock market in America, jails are privatized. You have a private jail industry, which is a dangerous thing as well. Those shares in the last 10 days have gone through the roof.
you
Private
got it.
jails.
Yep,
What does that tell you? What are they
Yep.
expecting?
they're expecting a
Immigration
huge.
camps.
Well, there is
Oh.
actually one facility because Pritzker was on some show, and he was telling there is a large facility that is being constructed west of Chicago, and he has said he's on it and that they were going to try to slow walk any. But there are facilities being constructed at the moment throughout the
that's
U.S.
CEO, which is one of the largest correctional entities in the U.S., their stock went up 46%. 46% over.
Okay.
There has been a shadow government running
I
behind
just lost
Biden.
my sound. I'm going to have to restart that sound. It'll take me just a second.
Say goodnight.
Yeah, I'm going to
But,
actually.
okay.
I love you guys.
While he's doing that, because we're still live, guys, I think you'll realise.
Well, we're
That's
not
right.
there
He was.
anymore.
Okay.
He wasn't even a politician.
Yeah,
And no one's
He wasn't even a
screaming about it.
politician.
Nobody's screaming about it.
Didn't we just give Australia like the nuclear submarine technology stuff?
Well, no, we bought I think 3 or 4 nuclear submarines off you guys, but they're not nuclear armed. They're nuclear powered. We didn't buy the
Nuclear-powered
nuclear armed
submarines.
one because we're not nuclear weapon country. But we certainly
They're nuclear propelled.
they got our
the nuclear power. The nuclear power means you can't hear them.
Yeah, they don't have nuclear missiles, just nuclear power.
Right, they don't have missiles, but they have a nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
They have Australian electronics in them because we are one of the biggest suppliers of your submarines and aircraft carriers, of the radar systems and all that. We've got a company over here that's been around for decades, since I was a lad. I remember seeing their building.
I think
They've always been deep in the American military program. I mean,
we've got Americans over here that've been working with us for decades and decades in this private facility where they make this stuff. So we are a target. If someone pressed a button, they would hit Australia because of that reason. That's the only reason. And Pine Gap. Pine Gap is a mystery.
If anybody hits the button, we're all screwed. All of us. Everybody. I don't give a shit what country you live in. We're all screwed.
Mutual destruction.
That's it, baby.
Well,
you start tossing those around, we all die. Maybe not on the first day, but don't worry, it'll get to you.
That started when Trump pulled the nuclear deal he had with Biden and Iran. With Obama and Iran. Obama had a deal.
The Iran nuclear deal.
Yeah.
Iran was happy. They were under control, and Trump threw it out the window. That's exactly right. And that's when the nuclear clock, I reckon, went full.
Israel will hit them pretty soon, I'm sure. Anyway,
you think so?
I guess we're gonna. Yeah, that's a whole other discussion, ain't it?
Yeah. Another 3 hours.
Anyway, another 3 hours on that one.
Hey, I love you guys, right?
Hey, we love you.
Thank you for letting me come in.
Oh, I'm sorry, Just I didn't. The first time I seen you leave, and then.
No, I had to take care of a little one, and but I just appreciate having the opportunity to talk with you guys.
Come on in anytime.
Come on back now.
This is going to go on for a while. I ain't going anywhere. This family ain't going anywhere. We got work to do. It's going to be a long 4 years. Damn, I keep thinking of that, doing this for another 4 years. Holy shit.
Make sure you
I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once anyway.
Make sure you stuff an extra bud in that bowl for tomorrow, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think there's enough bud, buddy. I've tried. It ain't. I smoke one and turn on the TV and the same shit's happening. Anyway, I guess before I leave, I want to thank Jake Sellers, who came in with a $10 donation and said I would leave the Native American talk to the natives. Sometimes you can't believe everything you see on the internet. I think that's pretty wise advice. That's wise advice.
The invasion already happened 500 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true, baby. And what is it? Victor writes the story. Yeah. Anyway, Just, I appreciate you coming in. Come in. We'll be back here on Sunday. Come back and visit.
Brother.
All right.
You bet.
Indeed. And Dangerous. Thank you for coming in, brother. Always appreciate it.
I appreciate you, and you have a good one. I'll catch up with you probably this Sunday.
We'll do that. Make it a plan. Make it a plan.
Thanks, brother.
And Jorge, you bet.
All right.
Aloha.
You know, John, never give up, never surrender, and
that's right, baby. That's right. Semper Fortis, baby. Always courageous. You put your chest out and you march into that shit.
If they
don't back
come
out
with the buses, I want to be sitting in the bus with you, man.
There you go.
Okay. Good night.
All right, Jorge. Take care of yourself and tell Nan I give my best, buddy.
Nan loves you, buddy.
Tell her I love her back. Take care of yourself, bub. AD, thank you, brother. Sorry we got you in here a little late, but appreciate you coming in.
It took me a little time to get on, but I want to come in and chat with y'all and
We'll pull up a chair anytime, brother. We're here.
Try to make sense out of this nonsense. Well,
Yeah, we're gonna have a hard time doing that for a while, but we're gonna try real hard.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. AD, take care of yourself.
You too, bro.
And Aussie.
Yeah, mate.
Don't be sending me no more notes like that. Make my ass pucker up. What the fuck did I'm going to go back to the thing and look at everything I did? What did I do? What did I say?
Oh, you just don't understand dry humor, and I apologise for that.
No, it's a good one. It's a good one.
When you sent me back the what the fuck, I cracked up. I laughed.
What the fuck, Dave?
Just laughed and I laughed.
Where'd that come from, man?
I sat down and I read it again, and I read it from your point of view as if I was not an Australian, I was an American, and I would have said, "What the fuck?"
What? Wait a minute! Don't pull a pen on that shit.
There was lots of love in there as well,
Dave. I can't tell you how much you mean to this family and this show. You've been a stalwart here, and your opinion, your voice is always welcome here. So,
and I've got to just say to America, hey guys, your midterms, the midterms are going to be amazing this year.
2 years, I think it's going to.
They're going to be amazing.
I think so.
Yes, it is.
All we have to do is make it till then. So, good luck with that shit.
Okay.
Anyway, Ozzy, we'll talk to you later. And
thank you,
Bravo
mate. Good night. Good night, Mr. Chick.
Good night, Dave.
Bravo Chick, thank you for coming in, darling. We appreciate it.
Thank you, John. It's been a pleasure.
Well, come back and see us again. We need that calming voice in this group. All right, darling. And Mr. Chick.
Yes, John.
Oh, darling, thank you so much.
When you said you
more than you believe.
When you said you didn't have a big enough pipe.
Yeah.
You know what I pictured is
what?
the guy in the Alps, and he has that big long
that big
thing that he blows like
Hey,
Ricola,
maybe I ought to think about that. Need somebody to hold the lighter on the
those.
other end, though. Yeah.
I don't know what the name of it is, but you need one of those.
One of those. Loaded.
Loaded.
Ain't enough in the world, baby. Anyway, you got anybody you want to call out tonight?
I do. Let's see. Let me put my glasses on.
All right.
We had some people share some shit.
We love it when they share this shit.
I know, and these are like new names for me, so that's always fun too. Which means I'm all gonna stumble over them also.
Well, of course.
We had Dorothy. Okay, let me see. Monteferranti, maybe from New York.
Outstanding.
Joe Watson from West Virginia. Hallie Windsor Paul from Texas. Boots Jaffe from Colorado. And Sheila Farr from California. And Theodore Dusenberry from Michigan.
I appreciate them all sharing this shit. That's how this gets bigger. That's how we spread the word. Spread not only my name, Tennessee Brando, Texas Paul, Midas Touch, Leo Sahakio, Biker Wisdom, others that use their voice. This is not a competition between
Heavenly
anybody.
Human.
Heavenly Human.
Kevin Human.
If find somebody that you enjoy listening to and continue in the fight. That's what it is. We got to keep this.
And get your butt over to Blue Sky too.
And yes, get over to Blue Sky. Sign up. Look for me. I'm on there. I'm going to start putting in my 2 cents.
Let me tell you.
It's growing. It's going to grow fast.
Yep,
so,
it is.
like I said, a lot of people got lost when Twitter went down the tube. So, they're looking for something like that. So
that was on purpose, John.
Yes, it was.
He bought that on purpose to bring it down and to use it as his own platform. It didn't matter about the money. He doesn't care about making money on it.
No.
It was a propaganda machine, and it worked.
Stick to mechanics and stay out of the social realm.
But I think he better be banned from being in Blue Sky. Stay away.
There went my sound again, so I guess we better cut it. I want to thank everybody for coming in tonight and being a part of this show. Thank you for being a part of this family. This fight is going to go on for another 4 years, too, until we get to the midterms. So pay attention to the news. There's going to be a lot happening, and I can hear my sound just going to shit. All right, I love y'all. Take care of yourself. Remember, try to put a smile on your face. Give that shit away. Make somebody else smile. It'll be the best thing you can do for your heart. Until Sunday, baby. Y'all take care of yourself. Friday's Beer Bud Friday, so get ready to spark one up. We'll talk to y'all later. Oh, I got to do this another way. This way. And let's see if it works this time, because last time we hit that button, it did not do it. And we went on for a